Hi, Allie.
Hi.
This is Allie Hornung, our Miss Rhode Island 2024 and the founder and CEO of the Glimmer of Hope Foundation.
Thank you for having me.
So what made you start the Glimmer of Hope Foundation?
It's a super long story.
Okay.
But to just give you the basis of it, my friend Ella, she was a beautiful light in my life. She was diagnosed with leukemia when she was only 11 years old and unfortunately passed when she was only 14.
Wow.
After a relapse. She was all about girls feeling confident in their own skin, especially girls who are battling cancer and have to go through hair loss. It was a really big deal for her. She had to shave her head twice. And so actually, when she initially was told she was going to lose her hair, she wrote a letter to American Girl and asked them to create a bald doll.
Oh my God.
And then her best friend ended up gifting her that doll, and she named her doll Hope.
Oh my gosh. So that's where the hope came from.
Yep.
That is such a cool story.
Yeah.
Did you start this before you won Miss Rhode Island?
Yeah, so I've been involved in childhood cancer advocacy since I was 12.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then I
That's
started
amazing.
competing in pageants when I was 17. Part of the reason, there's a few different reasons. One, because I am a singer. I grew up doing theater and I wanted another way to get on stage. Two, because there were scholarships involved and I was looking for scholarships. And three, because of my childhood cancer advocacy. So I've been obsessed with toddlers and tiaras.
Love
since I
that
was a little
show.
girl.
Agreed. Yes.
And I always say, like, my friends were playing house and I was making them play toddlers and tiaras. Like, I was like, okay, we can play house if you play like pageants with me after. And I used to beg my mom to do pageants, and she basically was like, well, when you can pay for a pageant, you can do it. You can do it. But then the scholarship element came to her attention, and then I, kind of weaseled my way into there.
A little bit more.
And it ended up being a great platform to spread awareness for childhood cancer, something I was super interested in. And then Ella, my friend, who I met just basically by serendipity, we went to the same elementary school, but she was a lot younger than me. And I just happened to run into her in a local store right after she was diagnosed with leukemia. And she ended up being my princess in one of the pageants.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love that.
So she was kind of like my little cheerleader. She went to all my pageants. And then right after she relapsed, I was competing in Miss Rhode Island for the first time.
Okay.
And so I actually went to her hospital room right after my interview. And then they let her watch on FaceTime the pageant because, like, usually they don't live stream.
Yeah.
But it was really special.
That's amazing.
And it's a fond memory of mine.
Is that kind of how you came up with the Glimmer Gala? Like, you wanted to incorporate kind of like pageant-ish?
It's like kind of a combination of like myself and Ella's interests. So actually I was doing a campaign for another organization when I was 17, and it was a fundraising campaign. And my big event was a fashion show we actually had, regular models and then childhood cancer and adult cancer fighter models in it. It was a pretty big success. For 17, I raised, I think it was like $13,000.
Wow, that's amazing.
When I started the foundation in 2020, I was a sophomore in college. I kind of had in the back of my mind, like, I want to revamp this. It was called Runway for a Cure.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I have heard of that
Really?
before. I swear I've heard that
Yeah,
before.
so that was what we called it the first year.
Okay.
When we redid it with Glimmer of Hope, all the years, Ella's mom was like, you should do this fashion show again. You should do it. And then eventually I was like, all right, I'm giving in. We're doing the fashion
why not?
show.
Let's just do it.
So much fun, and now it's called Glimmer Gala.
The Glimmer Gala is June 13th. So what can you kind of tell us about it? I know this is the third one. Is this like the biggest one thus far?
Yes.
Yeah.
When we're hoping, obviously, it just grows every year. So
Yeah.
we went from, I think the first year, around 25 kids walking the runway to 50. Oh, it's going to be big. We've already sold almost 350 tickets.
So almost sold out. So.
Almost sold out, yes. Actually, I'm supposed to sell them out at 350, but we might, if it keeps going this way, I might throw in a few extra.
How many eventually models do you want to get up to?
I don't know. That's a conversation. Now we have a committee of 20 women. It's amazing.
That is amazing.
They come from all different walks of life. Like, we have corporate event planners, and we have decor specialists, and we have, entrepreneurs and moms of kids with cancer, and all these people bringing their ideas to the table. So right after the gala every year, we have kind of like a debrief. Some ideas that I've played with are obviously either growing the model base, or like focusing on a smaller amount of kids as we grow.
Okay.
And like really honing in on featuring those kids. Obviously, I like having the more people because I love, you know, that the kids get this experience and that the mentors in the community gets the experience as well.
Now, are all the mentors like from the community? Do they all sign up, or do you kind of reach out, or kind of both?
So it's been both. The first and second year, I kind of reached out because my idea was that we would get like, eventually we would get real celebrities involved.
Okay.
So I kind of reached out to like local influencers and local celebrities and business owners. And then, you know, everyone was so awesome and so great, but it was a large undertaking for me to do the reaching out. So I was like, what if we just put out an application and we'll see who applies. And if it doesn't go well, we won't do it next year. And so we put out an application on social media, and I was floored. We have a waiting list.
I was going to say, I'm sure it was so overwhelming.
It was overwhelming with like all awesome people.
Of course. Yeah. But you can only choose a certain amount. Yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, you know, there was a bunch of different factors that went into how the committee chose and in which order. But, and again, like I didn't know 60% of the people. So it was impossible for me. Like some people that we picked, like later on, I was like, oh my God, if I had known you, you would have been my first draft. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I pair them with the kids like 100% off of vibes.
Do the mentors know who they're going to be paired with? Like, do they meet before?
Yes. So we pair them. We pair them in February. The goal, which we kind of been building up to from previous years, was, you know, like I'm super overwhelmed with the gala, but I noticed certain things, and families talk to me, and some of the feedback, and as well as paired with what I noticed at the gala, was that the kids really look up to the mentors. The whole basis of why we did the mentors was Ella was like a little sister to me. I love her dearly, and I now feel like all of these kids are my little siblings and my little nieces and nephews. Like I love them, like they're my family. And I try to be there for them as much as I can't be in all the places at one time.
Right.
But that's why we did the mentors, because I want them to have another person that's involved in the community, that has a network of people that can support them in, you know, emotional ways, and taking them to the park if they need a babysitter, like whatever the scenario is. Like all these kids come from different walks of life, and I want to introduce them to another community member that can be there for them in addition to the foundation.
Well, that's amazing.
Which is crazy.
So excited.
It's a big event.
Right.
So my mentee is Tessa. She's 4, and I'm like super close with her family. I just went to Disney with them.
Oh my gosh, cool.
We took them to Florida for Tessa to meet Megan Maroney.
I saw that. Yes, that's so cool.
Yeah, so Tessa's just become like my little baby, my little baby sister. I had started modeling when I was 12, so I was like really into like runway and modeling and all the things. And so I actually just randomly hit up these 2 Project Runway designers. I was like 16,
oh my
and I slid into their DMs. And then they came and they like showed their clothes. And then honestly, I don't think it was my idea. I think it was somebody else's idea that said, Allie, you should have like cancer survivors and fighters walk in the show. So I just did like one segment. There was like 30 of them, and it was the best part.
And don't you have like hair and makeup artists? They all sponsor and whatnot.
Yes, it's so amazing to me how everyone comes together. Like our sponsors are amazing and so generous and want to be involved and come to the event. And then some of our sponsors walk in the event, and then our hair and makeup artists, they, you know, completely donate their time, and they just come for the whole day and do these kids' hair and makeup. And some of them do our kids' photo shoots, and they just like are so selfless to do that. And even all of our vendors, you know, like our photographers and videographers and AV and all the people that come together to this one event really wouldn't be possible.
I'm excited.
But my tan story is kind of funny because
everyone has a really bad spray tan story.
It's bad. So I started getting involved in pageants, right? And so I would get spray tans for my pageant. And then I went to college, and I was like, how are all these girls always tan? Like I didn't know self-tanning was a thing.
Okay.
So I was like, how are all these girls like always looking so good? And I would go get spray tans. And I'm like, I can't afford to get spray tan like every week.
All the time.
Like,
right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So eventually I figured out what self-tanning was. But in the midst of me getting the spray tan, I went to this one place. I don't think they're around anymore.
Okay.
Probably for this reason. And I just came out with like black feet, like black orange palms. And I was like, oh no, this is not
bad.
good.
Yeah,
this is not good.
What was that tan for? Was it for something?
Probably, I think it was like my sorority formal. which like it was dark and like
Right.
so it doesn't really matter. You know what's so funny? My sister will like actually kill me for saying this, but she went to see her boyfriend in Florida today, and so last night I literally did her self tanner on her, like because she couldn't do her back, and she was like, "Allie, you should get into the spray tan business. Like you're really good at this." I was like, "Funny that you say that. I'm going to see Andrea tomorrow."
Going to see one tomorrow. I feel like spray tans have come such a long. I try to explain that to people, but I feel like back in the day there was just like one solid solution.
Yeah.
That everyone used.
No, and it's like I remember when I went to visit my sister, she went to the University of Alabama.
Okay.
And I was like, "Hey, so who does your spray tans around here?" She's like, "Oh no, I go to this place. So we go in like the booth."
Yeah.
And I was like
or the
scared
machine.
for my life.
Yes, because if you don't know how to stand, I
they're
tell
like,
people,
"Turn around, put your." I was like, "I can't do this."
I worked at a tanning salon when I was in college, and people would come in and be like, "I'm here to use the booth," and I'd be like, "Good luck." Like if you don't know how to stand,
no.
I wish you the best. Like, and it's quick. Yeah.
It's so
at least this, like, when people can't go as quick, I'm like, that's okay. We have time. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today, Allie. I'm so excited for the Glimmer Gala. It is June 13th at the Rhode Island Convention Center. There's still general admission tickets available. There's VIP tickets and tables available. And of course, anyone who would like a Glimmer Gala spray tan, you can message me. Thank you so much, Allie.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.